Hello guys, the Commander Honglan boss is one of the most difficult boss fights in the game, Wuchang Fawn Feathers. But the key to kind of beating that boss is basically, boils down to two things: having your sword attack counters, sword counter attacks, and the poster attacks with the tempering. And it's the second phase where we have a lot of challenge because she starts throwing projectiles at you, and then you have to kind of keep doing the defensive and evasive techniques to basically ensure that you're having enough life potions, and then manage this as a T strategy. The goal over here is to kind of enable or make gamers feel that we are actually having a cheese strategy by playing the defensive and evasive maneuvering techniques. So when she kind of charges at you, you keep evading, and then this will actually help you to use the feathering spell attack against her. And you keep adding the skybound might, and then in phases, and then you keep attacking her with the feathering spell. And which is basically named as the the Echo of Lu Big Zhang. That's a key feathering spell attack that you have to use against this boss to basically win, and then it's basically rinse and repeat all through that second phase. The second phase eventually ends up being the bigger phase because of the evasive techniques. And so now let's head to the build where in the impetus repository, let's start with the lashing whip. Because that's the longsword you need, and the skills for the longsword should look like this. And this is the skill structure that you have to maintain for your longswords. So it's the key thing is the sword. We'll come to the most important thing over here, which is the sword counter. And with the variants activated, especially the variant one where you have the sword counter, where you block for counter attacks, and then so that you can land some single attacks against her. And those single attacks will help you to gain the skybound might that is required for the feathering spell attack, and you can continue to do a feathering spell attack against her, against the boss. When you want to enable the tempering attack, you make sure that you have the Yangshi acupoint and the Huzong acupoint. The Yangshi acupoint is nothing but when you activate the tempering, it'll help you to get the fire attacks against the boss. And you can deal a lot of extra damage in the first phase with the activated. I would recommend using the tempering right as soon as you enter into the boss fight. The armor and everything is basically the same, but the most important thing is using your spells. Using the spell attack is more important, which is the Echo of Lu Bin Zhang, and that needs to be activated. Now heading into the game, you will have your tempering attack activated just before. Now skipping the cutscene, as soon as she lands an attack, you're ready for the sword counter. You land single attacks. Do not be bothered about missing some of the attacks. As soon as you gain the skybound might, you are able to land the feathering spell attack, which is the Echo of Lu Bin Zhang. So you keep doing the same thing. She comes for another attack, keep distance, sword counter. Again, you have the feathering spell attack after your skybound. Then you eventually break her posture and you're able to deal a lot of damage to her, and at this stage. And so you have actually taken down her to 70% of health before the second phase started. And now the second phase is where you have to keep continuing the evasive techniques over here, the dodging and evasive maneuvering. Keeping your distance and making sure that you're able to evade. And it doesn't matter if some of the evasive and dodging are missed, because you can actually use the health potions. And the key thing over here is to gain the skybound might for your feathering spell. And now you have gained it, you can just lodge the feathering spell at her from this distance. And so it's basically rinse and repeat until the end of this boss fight. And you land another one, keep your distance, make sure you're able to evade that. You gain the skybound and then the feathering spell attack, and rinse, repeat. Evade, 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 doesn't matter. You can still use your health potions. You gain a Skybound Might and the Feathering Spell attack again. Rinse, repeat. Rinse and repeat. Again, attack. Rinse, repeat. So try to use the health potion when she's far away from you, and make sure that it is not just before the projectiles are being launched at you. And rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. So just one more Skybound Might and attack, and doesn't matter, you can use the health potions. Let's cheese it. Let's cheese it. Most important thing is the cheesing, and as long as you're able to cheese, you have your stuff, your boss there, and there you go. So guys, if you like the video, do hit the like and the subscribe button, and do stay tuned for more videos coming from my end with respect to Wuchang Fallen Feathers.